Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm back at Euston Wall and it's Saturday. It's quite busy already, so I'm hoping it will stay quiet for the rest of the day. But yeah, we'll see what happens with the climbing today. But no real plan for this one. I'm just going to jump on the walls, do some easier climbs to warm up because I've not done that yet. And then once I've done that, I'll do some climbs, probably some slabs today. I did some kilter boarding yesterday, so quite tired from that. I'll probably jump on some slab walls and do some easier climbs and then progress to some of the more difficult slabs that are set here today. So yeah, no real plan as usual, but just going to jump into this one and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, going to move on to a V4 now on this wall. It's the wasp in here, so it starts with two hands on this. Decent pinch, big feet below. And then another hand up here. There's a foothold on the volume there and one on the high volume here. I may need to use this volume, I'm not sure yet until I get on there. But then the next hold is up here for the hand. There's a couple more holds before the finish one and one more foothold on the volume there. So looks like quite a good climb, quite a static climb I think, will be the way it's meant to be done. So I'm just going to jump in, try and do it statically, be very precise with what I do, and yeah, so the first try, that's the plan. Yeah, nice climb that one in the end. I did use the volume, I needed that one. We're just too far to reach, pressing down with the left hand on the lower hold to go to the right hand. So, not entirely sure what that foothold on this volume was for. Didn't use that at all. But yeah, it was quite a nice technical problem, that one. I enjoyed that. A lot of good body positioning required to stay close, and a lot of getting the feet through early and putting the weight through the foot and pulling with your toes a bit. So yeah, cool set that one, I enjoyed it. Okay, I'm going to move on to a different V4 now. Same colour, it's the wasp again, but these massive slopey holds, which I'm not a big fan of. Body positioning on these is going to be even more important. But yeah, two hand start on this big one up here, and you've got these lower ones down here for feet. There's a left hand up to here, and then another hand here. There's also a crimp that I can use actually, which is quite nice. Probably be utilising that a fair bit. And then a foothold up here for a little crimp just below the finish hold. So yeah, just going to read this route and then give this one a go and hopefully flash this one as well. Oh, that was a bit of a struggle actually, that time. I think I did that the way it's intended. I don't think I misread that. But yeah, keeping the body tension while standing up, I think with my left foot on this, into a slopey hold on the side, and not barn dooring off was very tricky. Had to flag very hard, work very hard physically to stay on there, and then also getting the left foot up to stand up for the last as well. Very tensiony, very balancy also. I probably should have gone for the crimp below the last hold because that's much more in-cut and much nicer, but I just kind of went straight up for the last. So that's what made it more difficult to balance before I got the right foot a bit higher. But yeah, happy to send that one. know, I've been enjoying those V4s so much, I'm going to jump into doing another one. So I'm going to try this red V4. It's more my style, crimpy holds. Pretty nicely in cut by the looks of it as well, these lower ones at least. Start with those two hands there, foot a little bit lower down and a foot on the volume. And there's a foot higher up here. And then a crimp which comes up to a Gaston on the right. And then just a few more crimps all the way up to the top hold. And there's a little foot chip to use here as well. So much more my style. I'm just going to rest for a little while because I've not rested at all since we started. And then jump into that one and see how we go. I might just talk through how I'm reading this first actually before I try this one. So the way I see it, it's going to be two hands here and here, obviously. Probably start with the right foot, go up with the left hand, and then maybe change feet, get left on, high right, and then lock off the left and come up with my body really close to the wall into a Gaston on this hold. I can then stand up my feet, maybe on this hold, come into the side pull, bring my right foot through and my left foot through again, come over with the right hand, and then I think I'm going to go all the way through to the next hold on the far left, and then come back into the hold on the right before I go up to the top. I think that's the plan. Pretty much as I read it, quite happy with that. A little bit more tricky than I thought going to that wide left hole. Maybe should have come into this first, possibly, just to get my body weight across and then release the left hand. But I just went straight for it in the end. I managed to hold that okay. Foot swap was a little bit tricky, but not too bad at all. I didn't really need to come back into that lower right hand. I basically just went straight up to the top because I didn't need it. So yeah, another good fun route though. Enjoyed that one as well. Okay, going to move on to another V4 on a slab. Black one in here. Starts with one hand on this hold. Decent enough. And then there's a few feet down here to stand on. And the other hand is an undercling in here, quite small as well. Comes up to a block crimp here. Couple holds on the volume, there's side pulls. And then up to the top hold from there. So feet look a little bit awkward, but I think the climb itself should be okay. So I'm going to jump in and see how we go. Yeah, a little bit awkward that. I don't think I did it how it's meant to be done because I didn't use this foothold at all on that climb. Which, yeah, I'm not actually sure how it is meant to be done really. I didn't feel much use in walking my foot through to that hold. And certainly for me, if I'd have got my left onto this, it would have then been further for me to step onto that hold. So that would have been more difficult for me to do it that way. So not sure how it's actually been set, but I don't think I've done it the way it was. So interesting, but yeah, good enough route. Okay, going to move on to a V5 now. Make things a little bit more difficult. So start with two hands on here. It's on the whites, foot on the volume. Then there's a very high foot that's next up here, and then a hand hold on this volume. A few more holds up here to the top hold, and there's also a foot hold just below that as well. So very slopey looking hold, so body positioning is going to be pretty key on this. And I think it's going to test my flexibility a little bit as well by the looks of it, so we'll see how that goes. Quite happy with that. But this is obviously meant to be done statically, you're just meant to step up. That's such a long way for me in my leg, I just can't reach that far through. I'm so tight and inflexible, so I kind of swung the foot up. First time missed quite badly, foot wasn't on good enough at all. Second time was similar, but I could just about adjust it, so managed to get that. Once I got that done, the rest of it was okay, quite bouncy. Obviously on slopey holds, you're not really pulling hard, so more about body positioning and just balance in general. So yeah, happy with the rest of the route, but I was a bit unprecise lower down, so need to work on that. Okay, I'm going to move on now to a tricky looking V6. Slab again, so it's just next to the white. It's got a foothold down here, got a big one. It starts on an underclinging hold, which is just quite flat. It's not really a jug, it's just a flat section. So, and there's another hold under here, but yeah, 2 hands on the big one. Hand over here, which is similar again, not really very in cut. I think I'm going to have to utilise the volume with my hand and then step onto this volume with my feet. And then it's about walking the feet across onto these footholds up here, using this one hand hold, and then up to the top hold up there. So I think this is definitely going to be a lot more challenging to start. I'm trying to figure out in my mind how it's meant to be started, so it's quite awkward. But yeah, I'm going to do a little clip reading the route and then jump into it after that. So like I say, the start looks quite hard. This isn't that in cut. And standing on this looks very awkward. So maybe if my foot's a bit lower down, it's okay. But what I'm thinking I might be doing is right foot on and almost a bit of a heel hook on this volume, because I obviously need to move my body weight across to reach this hold. So I think starting with a heel on that might be a lot easier to do that. So once I've reached this, I can then come into here, foot on the volume, and then I'm going to have to work my hand up, I believe, and then flexibly again, hopefully, try and get my foot onto the volume here, shift my weight across and round and lean into this hold that I've got when I stand up, and then look to walk my feet through. So right foot, come up to here, maybe change my feet on the lower hold, put my right foot back again on the next hold, and then up to the top hold as well. So yeah, I do think this is going to be a lot more challenging. Might take me a few goes on this one, but we'll see how we go. Yeah, really awkward start like I thought. This might take me a little while to figure out what I need to do. Into here. I might just feel what position I'll be in once I've caught this hold and see if I can work backwards from that. Sometimes that can help me figure out how the start's meant to be done, working back to front, because at the minute I'm just falling off this bit like an idiot and I've got no idea how I'm supposed to start that. It feels very alien and very awkward. So I'm going to start with 2 hands here and just set myself on the wall and see if I can walk myself back to 2 hands in this hold. See how that goes. Okay, I think I've found the position of my feet where they need to be on here. So I was definitely using this volume, but rather than heel hooking in here, which felt a bit awkward, I just had a bit of a toe on this. So I'm confident I should be able to start kind of swinging into that position, getting quite high on it, get the toe on. Because I wasn't really using the left hand at all, I could just use the right. So hopefully in reverse, that will also work. So I'm going to try that now. Close. I think it's definitely done that way. I think that's how I'm going to do it. Just need to have a rest because it's quite physical when you're falling off that, fighting on not a great hold. So I'm just going to rest up, then I'm going to try that again, and I should be able to stick that. Okay, I've had a little rest now, and I've looked at the footage back as well. I think When I did it from the two hands, obviously my body weight was a little bit further to the left side, but I'm trying to do it from the start. I'm not getting my weight far enough over to the left, which is making me come off the wall. And I don't think I'm as close to the wall either. So there's a couple of little tweaks that I need to make when I go for that move and just really commit to it. I think a lot of it is trusting that foot. It's quite an awkward angle. I don't trust that my foot on my right side is going to stay in place. So I just need to trust that more because it clearly does stay in place. So a couple of small adjustments, I should be able to stick it pretty easily, I think. Wow. Yeah, that volume is not at a great angle. The angle is very much to the side, so grabbing hold of that is tough. But yeah, very happy with the start. Like I said, very subtle adjustment. Figured it out quite well, and yeah, stuck it quite easily. Had to pull very hard with the left foot to keep myself in place, but I was able to basically start with one hand, come back to touch it, and then go out again. So now I need to figure out the next bit of the sequence, which I think could be quite tough. So yeah, I need to find out how I'm supposed to get onto this. It might be quite dynamic actually, just looking at it now. It might be that I just come from here, these two, which are good enough holds I guess, and try and generate some momentum and just go up and step up onto this quite quickly. I'm not sure. But yeah, that's just something I've just seen now, literally as I was talking, so perhaps that is the way it's done. I'm not sure. Just gonna have a little rest to then try that in a second. So similar to what I did earlier on this route, I think I'm going to try and establish myself higher up first, like standing on the volume, and see what it feels like when I'm stood up, holding onto this side, and see if I can work my way down a little bit. And that will probably help me figure out if I need to go dynamically to that move or if I need to go more statically. So I'm just going to climb up the greens and the reds and then position my feet on here. And I might as well just try the end when I get there. But yeah, I can't really see from just on the ground how I'm supposed to get up to here. I can't read that, I actually don't know. So I'm just going to, like I say, work backwards and give it a go that way. Okay, so I've just got cramped doing that move. I actually have no idea how that's meant to be done either. I'm gonna have to get my left foot right to the edge, which is gonna be very challenging to do. Okay, even the last couple of moves are quite tricky as well, balancing in there. But yeah, I honestly have no idea how I'm going to get across to this. That feels so far, it doesn't look that far, but I feel so stretched with my legs in here. I might need to stretch for another 10 minutes or so, just to loosen up a bit more, and then try and walk the foot across. But yeah, even trying that, I was using the green hold for balance. I was cheating, just to try and feel the position. It felt very much difficult as well, so. Yeah, and I also didn't really figure out how I'm going to get up to that point. It might be dynamic, I'll just give that a go in isolation, but yeah, this is going to be a tough V6, I'm not sure if I'll do this one today. I think that is the intended way. I think you are supposed to go dynamically up to that. So yeah, it's going to take me a few goes to get that right and get over the mental block of standing on a sketchy volume, because that's always challenging. But yeah, give it a few more goes, hopefully the muscle memory will kick in, and after a little while, with a bit of repetition, I should be able to get the move, so we shall see. But I need to get a lot higher than I did on that. I didn't get enough momentum going upwards, so I was never stood up enough to get close enough to the wall. Okay, I've been falling off of this route for quite a long time now and I'm quite tired. I'm just going to have one more go, and if I don't send it then I'll move on to something else, because there's no point just wasting my energy on this one today. I'll have to come back with someone that's a bit better than me and can show me how they read it, because I'm not even 100% sure it's meant to be dynamic. It could be using this hold, which is probably what I'm going to try now as my last go, but my issue is once I'm here, right hand on this, left hand on this, I'm then in such a stuck position I don't really know what to do from that to get out of it. So yeah, I'll give it one more go from the start, see what we can do. Oh, that's what's sketchy about doing it that way. This volume is so steep. Obviously didn't get my foot in the right position, pushing enough, generating enough friction, so I came off the wall. So that's the last go. I'm going to try something else now. Okay, I'm going to move on now to a route that I have tried but I've not completed. It's a V5 blue. I tried it the other day but didn't send it. It starts with two hands, one on this little crimp and one on this bigger hold up here. It's a very dynamic move to begin with a foot on this. And you just jump essentially to this hold, which is quite a long way away, as you can see. And you need to catch precisely your right hand in that gap. What was happening to me is that I would either overshoot and hit the blocked hold and come off, or not go far enough and not reach the hold itself. So yeah, from there I need to go up onto the foot holds, up to the crimps that are very small on the top of that volume, and then over to the final hold. And there's a little foot for balance at the end as well. So yeah, I've not done this one yet, like I say, but I have tried it, so we'll see if we can do it. One of my earlier attempts today. The key will just be getting the hand accurately on that first hold. From there I've done the rest, so it should be nice and simple. It's got to be so accurate with that hand. I'm nowhere near that. I'm also messing up the start. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm overthinking the foot and the hand. Sometimes I prefer to focus on landing the foot, but sometimes I think I prefer to land the hand first. This might be one, actually, rarely, where I land the hand first rather than the foot, because it's quite a big hold to go for. So I think that might be the easy way to do it, is to think more about the hand this time, whereas normally I would think about the foot first instead. Yeah, so I was right like I thought that time. I didn't think about the foot whatsoever. Went straight for the hand, and I caught the hand, and because it was a good enough edge, I could then just swing through and then get the foot on later. So that was the key for me on actually sending that one, was different to normal, where I normally think about the feet. I was actually just thinking about the hand instead. So yeah, glad to get on. Okay, going to move on now to another V5 and another dyno, because I enjoyed the last one so much. So this one is a white, starts with two hands on this hold. There's a foot here and a foot lower down here, and a foot for later on this volume as well. And the dyno is from this handhold all the way up to that one. And then you can catch that, swing back in, and then I think I'm going to need to use the volume on here to kind of press myself back into the wall with a foot on the volume, and then up to the last holds, up to the top, up there. So this is going to be a fun route as well. Wow. Not sure how that next section is meant to be done, to be honest. I was definitely fighting far too hard on there. I wanted to come back with the swing and jump straight on this into a press. But yeah, I was sore. Kind of hurt my shoulder a bit as well, which isn't good. Okay, gonna jump into this one again. This time round, I think opposite to the blue B5 I did a minute ago, I need to think about positioning my feet, because that's what I'm going to land first. I think I'm going to try and conserve the swing, so rather than stopping as soon as I catch that hold, which is what I did, because I thought you could palm across from the volume, I think instead I might just use the swing on the way out to swing back in and try and flick my hips through as well to get a bit more momentum, and just land with my feet either on this hold or on the volume here, and then come into that hold. That's the plan. So rather than going out, stopping, going more physically and slowly, which didn't work for me, I think I'm going to go out and swing and use the swing back in to land on that. So I'm going to think about the foot rather than the hand, and if I get the foot right, then the hand should come afterwards. So yeah, see how we go this time. Whoa, better. Definitely better. Didn't quite get enough into the wall again. It's a little bit stretched reaching this, but yeah, that was quite close. I think I should be able to catch that from that position. So see how we go. Wow. Felt a little bit closer that time, but not loads closer. My weight when I get my foot on here is still quite a long way out from the wall. I'm really stretching for that hold. I'm not getting enough back in. I tried to kind of kick off the wall to get a bit more momentum, but still wasn't enough that time either. So it's actually harder than it looks, this one. Oh my god. That was so out of control. So out of control. Coming back actually gave me a bit more momentum to go forwards again. And I actually got through further the second time, but my balance was all over the place, so I couldn't catch it. It's not loads to aim for on that hole. It looks like it's quite big, but it's very slopey. So you've got to be quite accurate with your feet. And I definitely was not that on that attempt. I actually got too much swing that time. I pushed off for the second go, which I wanted to do, but I pushed so hard I just clattered into the wall and scraped my elbow, and then lost the momentum and then couldn't get back again. So I need a bit of a balance in between those. That was too much force coming out that time. So yeah, well, that stopped me from swinging in as far on the way back. Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. Didn't look where my foot was going that time, which is silly. Yeah, I was looking at the handhold all the way rather than the foot, so that's why I missed the foot completely. Shocker. Stopping that swing coming off. I've got too much momentum coming through. I can't get my hand in the right position on this hold to stop my body weight coming out this way. I almost think I need to kind of get my weight a bit more here and the swing more in this direction rather than coming to the side, and then almost press into this section of the wall instead, because at the minute as I come across there's just too much momentum when I swing through, taking me off out the side. So yeah, really quite a challenging V5 to be honest. Okay, that is how it was done in the end. I had to get in a little bit closer and press like I did that time. I was a bit more controlled. Every time I went for this hold, I kept coming too far out. But yeah, mixed it up a little bit that time. Managed to stick on the wall, and then the end was okay, pretty easy from that. So a bit shouldery, which was not great for me. I'm just kind of glad that I sent that, to be honest, because I am exhausted. Didn't have many goes left in me. I don't think I'm going to climb any more today, so I'm going to end the video here. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave a comment as well down below what you thought. If you enjoyed the dynos, if you enjoyed some of the other routes, if anyone knows how to do that V6, that'll be some good insight for me as well. So let me know in the comments. But yeah, most importantly, as always, make sure you grab life by the plums, and I'll see you in the next one.